We've got an H pipe. This is for a set of long tubes on a Foxbody here. And I feel like this is gonna work as well. So we're probably gonna Frankenstein something up here, put an H pipe on the car and exhaust. I will tell you that I put these up there and they're really close to working. The only problem is when we put this rear valance on the car, I think got it up too high. See that up there, the frame? This needs to be lowered down. And you can see right here, down at the bottom, that we can come down at least a ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch. Big shout out to David Cross and his brother Matt Cross for hooking us up with these Jones mufflers. Now these are the straight through style, like a MagnaFlow right here. First though, we want to go ahead and get the tailpipes on, start the car up, and if it sounds great, we might just leave it right where it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So we cut the hood out last night. It's rough right now. I'll clean it all up later. So we got the hood cut out because we have one of these oval style air filters coming for the car, and it's actually designed just like the valve covers. So we're gonna paint it blue and then sand the top off of it. I think it's gonna look really good, y'all. This was an experiment, didn't work out right. It's too bright of a blue. So we're gonna put this on the poop coupe and put the black one from the poop coupe on this. My buddy Ben came over today and surprised us with a freaking awesome song. Please guys, hang around to the end of this video and we're gonna play this song for you. He made it for me and my dad, really for all of us, for John, but it was really meant for me and my dad, and it's from my eyes, my point of view is the way he wrote the song. He's been working on this thing for over a month. I'm extremely happy. Y'all, brought tears to my eyes, I'm not gonna lie, when he sat down and played it for me for the first time today. Such a badass song. I want you guys to listen to it. I'll include it at the end of the video, and I may include a little snippet of it, you know, right now. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. If I ever got a 50-50 shot at something, I'm gonna get it wrong. With a wrench like this, put it on there. 50-50 shot is always gonna be backwards.
Hey, I heard a joke yesterday. Talking about your mama's so cockeyed her tears zigzag.
Oh my God. So we're thinking about doing like a center exit exhaust on the car. Now what we're doing right now, I know this is crazy. We just want to see what this is going to sound like. Although there's going to be exhaust leaks back here, we just want to see what this tone sounds like before we even bother, because this side over here is going to have to be chopped up pretty heavily. So before we get into it, we just want to see if we like the way it sounds.
Make sure it's in neutral. This is the one we had over there last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, look at that. If you just look at it from that point of view, dude, that'll work. You know, you might have to cut this and put it back together, but I mean, I think for the most part, it's gonna work. Shift it a little bit that way, get it off the shop. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. See, now we can fudge it over that way just a touch. If we can get the angle correct where we know we want it, I'll go ahead and weld this up back here, tack it. Look at that. So we're gonna finagle with this a little bit, and then we'll show you guys what we got. How about that? Look good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think the rear end will clear. Looks like it will. Rear end should clear up there. That's what we're looking at right now. Yeah. It's just tacked up right now, but I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, we had to cut this right here where we can well, we could use this bend in our favor so we could roll it.
Yep.
So that we only have one cut right there, so that worked out pretty good.
Yep. It's got a gap in it, but I can weld all that up. That's no problem. Like I said, it's not meant to be pretty, guys. We don't care about it being pretty. I would like for it to be as pretty as possible, but at the same time, if you already got stuff, let's just make something happen. So. All right, y'all, we got us some tailpipes in here. They are just kind of stuck off in there right now. We are going to put some tips on it at some point, some nice rolled tips. But for right now, it's going to have a bunch of exhaust leaks because everything is just tacked up. But we got to start the car up just to see what it sounds like. We're gonna go ahead and lift this thing up. We'll weld it all up, then we'll do a video after this. And we got a header gasket we need to replace. And then at that point, I want you guys to, they're gonna hang around to the end of this video and listen to the song that our boy Ron J did about this car right here. That shit sounds good. No exhaust leaks. This sounds awesome, y'all. These are Foxbody tailpipes. We did have to cut them in one spot, just ever so slightly tweak it. It's all Foxbody stuff. We haven't put the H-pipe on it yet, but that's coming soon. 2-chamber Flowmasters, long tubes. Dude, this is awesome. So, let's turn it off and we'll talk about it. This is a 347 stroker. Unknown compression, probably anywhere from 9.5 to 10 to 1 compression, probably 9.5 to 1. XE274 HR comp cams camshaft, 11R 205 cc 66 cc combustion chamber heads. Let's see, it's got the Motorsport intake, which is very similar to like a Victor Jr. intake. Let's see what else. It's got the 750 ATM carburetor. We port matched the intake to the heads and to the gasket. We are going to be putting an Explorer or Sport Track rear end in this car. That's something that'll be coming in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll get the rear end Monday or Tuesday, and we're going to narrow it. So the Sport Track is the opposite. So on an Explorer, I think a lot of you guys, if you're first gen guys, you know the Explorer has the longer passenger side axle, but on the Sport Track it's the opposite. So either way, we've got a Sport Track and an Explorer rear end that we're going to get. Either way, we're going to cut this thing down by, I think it's 2 7/8 inch, narrow it down, cut all the tabs off of it, drop it in the back of this car, and then weld it all back up. Now what that'll do is that'll give us 373 gears, 31 spline axles, true lock, and disc brakes as well. John, what do we do?
Another wild hair, brother.
Another wild hair.
Yeah.
All right, so I mentioned it last night on Facebook. H-pipe. You guys won't believe this, but this whole system, every bit of this came off of a Foxbody. And we're just piecing it together. We even have ball and socket flanges. This section right here, the flow tube is off of the turbo Y-pipe setup, so we use that. We got our Jones mufflers here. They just slide over. This is a long tube header H-pipe for Foxbody. So we cut the flanges off the front and just put a coupler in it. And there's not a lot of pieces to it, you know. We've got one joint right there, and that's straight through just like it should be. All right, y'all, we got it all tacked up. It's all tacked up with the tips. So here's our awesome ass tips that I absolutely love. I love these tips, and all they are adapters from 2.5 to 3 inch. That's all they are. We just slid them over there, and we're not even gonna slash them, cut them, or anything. I love the way they sit out like that. So that's what we're gonna roll with. All right, y'all, let's bust it off and see. These are the Jones. I'm gonna have to put it on the screen because I can never remember the name. They're not the full bores, but they're the straight through like MagnaFlow style muffler. You will hear exhaust leaks. They're not welded it all up yet, but give you guys a sneak peek. Sounds great. That sounds good. All right, y'all, here it is. Now this is pretty unique, and I'm making kind of a big deal out of this because, guys, this is 90% probably, well, other than the headers, 100% Foxbody exhaust here that we made work. And look how nice and tight everything is tucked up in there. So let's start from here, and we'll talk about what we got. We got 65, 66 long tube headers. We did put a little joint, a coupler right here. We didn't have to do that, but that gave us room to kind of wiggle. So that doesn't look the best, but it's fine, it works. And like I said, it gave us, it's a slip joint essentially, so we were able to maneuver. Anyway, H-pipe for a set of long tubes and a Foxbody. This is the flow tubes off of the turbo Y-pipe here from a Foxbody. These are Jones mufflers, and don't look at my welds, Jesus, they are horrible today. And tailpipes off of the Retro Fox. The only thing we had to do was we cut them right here and reposition them. Actually, this just has a piece of straight pipe in it. Over here, but we could have used the factory pipe and just cut it. Over here on this side is all Foxbody pipe. We literally just cut it and tweaked it ever so slightly. Now, back here, you guys may not like this. I don't know. I absolutely love it. These tips that we come up with, we want them to be real big and fit up in there nice. So like I said before, these are just couplers. I just love the way they look, y'all. Check it out. That looks sick to me. And it gets all your exhaust out from under the car, so I think that's badass. 65 now has a H-pipe and everything else. Here in the next couple of weeks, we're going to put an 8.8 out of an Explorer, a Sport Track probably, in the car, cut it down, 373 gears, 31 spline axle, disc brakes, all that stuff, and this car will basically be ready to go at that point. Tidy up a few things. We got a radio coming, so the old retro style Bluetooth radio's coming. We got a nice air cleaner, and just tidy up under the engine bay. And that's it, y'all. Look, I just want to remind you to do work, okay? Things like this, it seems daunting, but if you got a lift or even in your driveway, you can make kind of a custom exhaust setup. This isn't going to go to some car show where people crawl underneath it and look under it and be like, oh yeah, that's perfect. No, we're not going for that. What we want is just a functional exhaust that works. And honestly, to me, it doesn't look that bad, other than my welds, of course. Anyway, guys, remember, it's just nuts and bolts. If you ain't rigging, you ain't riding. I'm gonna wrap this one up, and as always, thanks for watching.
Nakia, this is your mama. Just calling to see where you're at, what you're doing, and when can I see my son? All right, I love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Man, I've laughed Something about that 65, that 289, those body lines, yeah, has my heart and won't let go. Through the years, cars come and go, but this one here, it has my soul, yeah. There it goes. There it goes. Whoa, whoa. So much time, so much pride, and memories between my daddy and I, yeah. But where did the years go? Long nights and families, friends, times I thought it would never end, but that's just how it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Something about that 65, that 289, those body lines, yeah, that's my heart and won't let go. Through the years, cars come and go, but this one here, she has my soul, yeah. There you go. Donuts and one-way stops, I ran half the town, including the cops, yeah. My old man proud. An old car, bond don't run, say meaningless to you. It meant the world to us. Something about that 65, that 289, those body lines, yeah, has my heart and won't let go. Through the years, cars come and go, but this one here, it has my soul.